All right, so good evening, everyone. Jose J. Garcia, real estate investor, coach, and mentor. So let's do deals every Tuesday, 7 p.m. EST time. Okay. Every Tuesday. Now, coming New Year, and I'm going to leave the announcements towards the end, but there's a lot of changes that we're constantly doing. Okay. Changes from events, from coaching, whether virtually, live in person, from deals pitching, all about we're always changing things and always for the better. We're always trying to add value, always trying to make things easier. How can we help out the most? That's what we're here for. And that's how Let's Do Deals came to be about. It's how can we all come together? There's this, and I'm seeing it a little bit more, especially this time of year. I think even last year is this little competitiveness, which, it's great and all, but it's this thought behind there's too many people investing in mobile homes. That thought almost like out of fear is really where it comes from. It's like there's not enough deals, there's too many investors. It's starting to become the next real estate. It's been in real estate this whole time. Mobile homes are the hidden side to real estate that a lot of people are still not aware. And I know there's a lot more people aware now. When I started 7 years ago, there was really nobody talking about mobile homes. But if you attend any RIA, any real estate meet, you're going to find all kinds of real estate investors and whatnot. But there's very few times when you actually hear somebody say, "Oh, I invest in mobile homes." It is still very hidden. Okay, it is by no means over congested, and I think there's more than enough deals to go around. And that's why we have the spreadsheet in our deals here. Now, if you cannot find a deal, you're just not doing your investing correctly. That's all there's to it. And I hate to call it out like that, but you don't know what you're doing. Okay. Because there is deals after deals. And I mean, 7 years ago, I was investing in anything possible that came my way because I also had the mentality of this is the last deal. The fear of drought. There's no more after this one. That's short mind thinking. But that's the way I thought. And therefore, any investment that came my way, well, let me just go ahead and jump on it. It's here. I can handle it. And we went in there and rehab it. But when I say some of the rehabs that we did, I mean, extensive is an understatement by all means. I mean, we were gutting these things. I mean, we might as well just rebuild an entire mobile home from bottom up. That's what we're taking to the level of. Now, some of these investments that we're putting, especially the ones that are in our spreadsheet, when some of these investors are saying it needs too much rehab, we're back to the same, you don't know what you're doing. And, all these things, we teach you, we coach you, we mentor you. I offer all the above because I want to make it as easy as simple. Okay. Um, Numbers. You cannot shift away from the numbers. I don't like the area. I don't like the way the mobile home looks like. I don't like the neighborhood. All those comments are blah all around. That does not matter. Unless you're going to actually live in a mobile home, what does it matter what the neighborhood, what the area? Now, granted, if it's dangerous, there's crime in an area, then I would definitely say, something like that you do need to keep in account because mobile home parks are graded between A, B, C, and D. Obviously, if you get into the D's, that's where you start getting more into the drug infested, there's a lot more crime, that sort of thing. And, I've always said, if you have to worry about whether your tools will be there the next day or not, that's probably not a park you should be investing in. But take that aside from, we don't have any issues with crime. We don't really have any issues in the neighborhood of drugs or that sort of thing. Then the only thing that should be stopping you from investing in a mobile home or plural mobile homes should be the numbers. The numbers are what makes up the difference. When we invest out of state or certain areas that we get invested in, I don't so much care about the mobile homes. They can say I have a single wide, I have a double wide. The mobile homes are the same thing. Different wind zones, fine. But the mobile homes are the exact same thing. It does not matter where they're at. Okay. We understand the rehab. We understand the material, but the one thing that I want to focus on and pay attention to is what are the numbers? Okay. What are those numbers? And I keep saying that this is what we coach you on. What are the rental rates in the area? Okay. What are the after repair values, ARVs? If I come in and I rehab this mobile home or mobile homes, what is it that I can sell it for? Rent it out. Okay. What does the lot rent include? All these things will make you decipher. Yes, it's a good market. Yes, it's a needed market. You also need to know whether it's a high rental market or a lot of buyers in the park. All these things, then you can decide yes, these are areas that I want to invest in. And now show me the mobile homes. You see, it's almost backwards the way a lot of people do it. And a lot of people are focusing again on, I don't like this, I don't like that, irrelevant. None of that matters. And it just shows how much you know about investing. Okay. You got to get in there and focus about the numbers. That's what's going to matter. Anyway, so a lot of changes we'll talk about here towards the end. Stay and it's a 30-minute call. So we'll jump on the deals. But I want to start out by, because I got quite a bit of announcements to make, a lot more areas coming up. Taking a little bit longer to finalize a few of the deals that we've had in the pipelines. Florence, Alabama. That's, my goodness, I think we're probably up to 60 mobile homes that are going to be available in that area. But there's a lot of paperwork. And again, personal versus real estate. I love mobile homes for the simplicity of a lot of things, including the closing, the cost, and the process that it takes. I can close on a mobile home in 5 minutes, tops. That's thorough due diligence. That's everything I need. But when we close on X amount of mobile homes in a park, it is not one or two mobile homes. Like I just said, 60. That's 60 mobile homes in an appendix on a bill of sale, more of a sales agreement. I have to verify all the due diligence, the paperwork, the documents, the taxes, the liens, etc. So it's not just one and done. It takes a little bit more time. So, things like that for us is we're putting all these things together. And when we throw all these mobile homes inside of the spreadsheet, those deals check out. Some are better than others. No deal is the same. No investment is the same. So you cannot obviously, take between one and the other, but you know that every one of those deals check out. If a mobile home needs an entire roof put on, all electric put on, all plumbing, those deals are probably not going to be in our spreadsheet because it's too extensive and we might put them up to the side. If investors reach out to us and say, this is what I can handle, by all means, we connect them and have at it, right? And we do that. We do, the same spreadsheet that I share is the same exact spreadsheet that I invest in. That's another thing is I don't have a second spreadsheet somewhere where these are Jay's deals and that's for them kind of thing. We invest in them. And you can see our spreadsheet where you'll see from time to time, GMHU now rehab. That means that this time we decided to put a contractor crew on that certain mobile home and it's now being rehabbed through us. We have a lot of students. GMHU students get first dibs each and every time. So basic, pretty simple. If an outside investor comes in and wants to invest in a mobile home, welcome just fine. But if a GMHU student wants the same deal, goes to the GMHU student. Bottom line. All right. So a few announcements, like I said, towards the end. Let me go ahead and shift my camera over. I'm not kidding when I say Zoom problems. We got all kinds of Zoom problems. Gotta love Zoom. You know what? Bear with me one second. Here we go. And they updated is what it is. All right. So let me turn my camera. And I know. I said last week that Instagram is going to be shared where I can share the doc on here. But apparently there's quite a bit of apps that need to be uploaded into my desktop, my computer, before I can actually share live desktop Instagram and share my files. So working on the above. Okay. 2023, we got a lot of things changing. So we'll do that. But all right, from now, you just get to see my screen. That's all you can do. Now, don't forget, Zoom is still being recorded. Whether it's Zoom or another type of video camera on the background will continue to be. And the reason behind that is because it still needs to be shared on our YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, or, all over social media. So for anybody that joins this call late or wants to see the review later on, wants to replay it again as many times as they want, they'll be able to go to our YouTube, and as early as Wednesday morning, the day after our call here, you're able to do the above. So this is our spreadsheet. Now, as you can see, that's already changed on the top left corner because there's no more Zoom credentials. You do not need to log into Zoom. You can log into Instagram Live, and TikTok will start next week. You'll be able to log into that as well. So all these things are going to be linked together soon where you can just jump on any social media, and we're there to share whatever it is we're coaching or sharing deals. Top right corner, our latest updates, deals that are coming. Griffin, that is, we're going to talk about that here in a few minutes. Griffin's a great area. Some of my very first RTOs, that's what I call them back then, RTOs, they're still around. You can still do rent to owns, but we like lease options better. But was in Griffin. So, and still have them, by the way. Some of those are still going. So it just tells you how long some of these things can last. But we have those up there. So a few of these things that continue to change as well. Like I said, we always have updates on the above. And I did update the fact of the week for this week. So diversified investing can take focus away from single investment success. A lot of people say don't diversify as a distract you. You need to focus on one and only one so that you can obviously be more productive with the above. And some people say no, you must always diversify so that you can have more streams of income. Well, there are over 20 exit strategies within mobile homes we currently conduct, all of which are very, very profitable while staying inside the same investment niche. Think about an investment that you can do that has so many exit strategies, so many ways of passive income that can come to you. Okay, that's what mobile homes are. I can't say that for every type of business. We're not going to get into that. But bottom line is, you're limiting yourself if you're not doing every exit strategy within mobile homes. Rentals, flips, wholesale, double wholesale, creating notes, financing, Airbnbs, Section 8. Look, I can keep going. And that's how many we're doing. We're introducing 2, it was 3, but it's 2 now, exit strategies that are coming in January 1st, which is a month from now, 2023, that are in additional 2. This year, we started Section 8. We started veteran assistance. We started Airbnb. Next year, I've already given one of them out, which is elderly housing, which is similar to almost like veteran assistance, but it's basically you're providing housing for elderly people who need to be nearby a medical or hospital facility. A lot of these VAs, for instance, they offer all kinds of health in the sense of medical facilities, hospitals, but there's not enough housing for them. Some of these people are traveling 4, 5, 6 hours just to get to an appointment. And it's the same thing. And we talk to them. We talk to some of these people, and it's always, I have to get a hotel, I have to get a motel for the week, or I can't make it back, or so it's all these issues is how can we add value? How can we problem solve? And that's the way you need to be thinking when you think mobile home investing. All right. I want to start with, like I said, all these rehabs. And when is the best time to start investing in mobile homes? All the time. Because again, if you do every exit strategy, there's always an exit strategy that you should be implementing that should bring you the most ROIs, return on your investments, passive income, general income, call it whatever you want. It's bringing you profits. And that's what you need to do. This time of year, you cannot flip mobile homes for 20, 30,000 cash. It's not going to happen. Why? Because of the time of the year. Real estate is location, location, location. Mobile homes is timing, timing, timing. You come into, and this is where I see a lot of people get discouraged. Well, if I can't come in and put X amount of cash and get 30,000 cash, for instance, right away, then I'm not interested. You're leaving money on the table. That's not strategic thinking by any means. And then I hear, well, I'm just going to wait until New Year and I'll invest. Well, then it's too late. Take action today is what I'm trying to get at. This time of year, what we're doing is we are rehabbing in a hurry. When I say in a hurry, I have 12 teams again up and going, and I love it because we're setting it up. What we're doing this time of year is setting up as many mobile homes with rehab, making them livable, presentable, and move-in ready so that come tax time, okay, income tax time, which is January, February, March, April, a little bit of May, depends on how much people spend, of course, then there's that. But what happens is during that time, a lot of people have the most cash because they have income tax coming in. Those times a year is when we do the most flips for cash because everybody has money. People borrow from each other. They have money. They have means too. So what we're doing with these mobile homes is we're rehabbing them. Now, a lot of these will be ready, like this one I'm about to show you now. It's already finished and done. I'm not going to let it sit. Some people say, well, then just sit on it and you can sell the first thing at the beginning of the year. Why? Every day that passes that you're not selling or you're not renting your mobile home, it is costing you money. That's the way that works. And here's the funny thing about mobile homes that we've seen over a period of time, because yes, once upon a time, I thought of that one. Yeah, instead of doing a rental, because landlord was kind of over something I was at the time, let me just let it sit. I'll let it sit for 2, 3 months, and then I'll go ahead and sell it. I don't mind eating the cost of the lot rent for 2, 3 months. There's something about mobile homes when they sit. There's a wear and tear that happens naturally. It is a weird concept in a way, but there is a wear and tear. There's a smell. There's some familiar way of not making it as livable, presentable when a mobile home is sitting. Bottom line is there's no good reason as to why you should be letting a mobile home sit when it could be making you money. So what we're doing with all these mobile homes is we're putting them on a month-to-month rental. Now, some of you are thinking, well, I don't want to be a landlord. Well, you don't have to be a landlord for long. And even if you are quotations a landlord, everything is put on paper and on writing. So there is stipulation that you can put is where even though you're a landlord, as part of the agreement contract that you have between you and the residents, the tenants, is that you are not going to repair X amount of any issues. But then again, then we go back to square number one. If you just got this mobile home rehab, why is there any issues with the mobile home anyway? A month into it, 2 months into it, something is obviously wrong. Okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to put all these for a higher rental area or for a higher rental number. We're also going to ask for a higher deposit. And what's going to happen then is we're going to let them move in for a month, 2 months, and come the very first month of tax time, we're going to let them know 30 days later, because that's all they need in the state of Georgia. Check your state, check your city, county, make sure you're obviously following every rule regulation. But in the state of Georgia, all we have to do is give them this 30 day for them to evict. I'm going to come back around and let them know that within the next 30 days, we will not be renewing the agreement. That's why it was a month to month to begin with. But instead of just evicting them, I'm going to give them the first dibs of, I'm willing to sell it to you. I'll finance for X amount, but I need X amount of down payment. Okay. Remember, income tax time, they'll have the money available. Now, the people that we're letting in, we're already letting them in in advance. We're not just renting it to anybody because I want a homeowner mentality. Homeowner versus rental mentality is very different. People who rent to have this mentality of, I don't care. It's not mine. That's not who I want in my home, not in my asset, right? So I'm going to let them know in a couple months or so, I will be selling it. Just a little FYI. Stop renting and start owning. Instead of coming in and renting for years and years on something like an apartment that you're never going to own, why don't you think about owning it? That's what we're going to offer. And if there's a strong no, I'm never going to own this, I don't care to own it, I just want to rent, well, then that may not be somebody you want to move forward to. All right. Enough of coaching. So here's this one. Okay. 2 bedroom, 1 bath. Now, if y'all joined the shadow, last the first shadow that we had, I want to say maybe some of the events we've had since then, I don't forget. But this is one of the mobile homes that we showed y'all. It was located in Bon Air, Georgia, which is about 20 minutes south of Warner Robins, Central Georgia. And it's I mean, it was beat up. I wish we would have uploaded a few more pictures, but this is basically what it looked like. I mean, it was poor conditions, old unit, late 70s models, which they are built solid. So can't say anything on that. Back bedroom, all the floor was particle, so we did have to go in. A lot of the electrical had to be repaired. I want to talk numbers here in a few minutes. When you can see light through the bottom of the floor, you obviously know that should not be happening, but it is. It's the opposite of a skylight, right? It's in the bottom, so it's easy access for a lot of things. Here's the flooring. At this point, we did a lot of the lumber, a lot of the flooring in this one section of the back bedroom where the electrical was at. We did the hallways as well and into the bathroom. So we replaced quite a bit. Again, I'll get into the numbers here in a few minutes, kind of give you an idea of what we're talking about. Okay. Here's this is being put together. Again, I wish you would put a little more pictures. And I do have a video on this we'll be uploading into our social media so that you can also see more of a video glance as I'm going through the bedrooms. It was about 90% finished when I did the walkthrough. So this is more of the finished look, the trim, the areas, the corners. And again, you know, a lot of these things you're thinking just, you know, livable, presentable condition. But just because it's a mobile home does not mean it can't be presentable. It cannot be done right. You know, don't be a slumlord, as a lot of people say, you know, do things right. If you budget correctly, accordingly, you will notice that you're able to do a lot more, but you pre-plan ahead. A lot of these people are jumping into, I figure out as I go. That's a hard way to look at a lot of things. Okay. So that is the mobile home, the rehab. Let me see where I put the numbers on this one, which, bear with me. I have all the above. There we go. Okay. Mobile home itself came out and we did this as a package. So we got quite a bit of mobile homes in one setting, but new park owner, new area for us at this time. So of course, you know, it's one of those things we don't ask for a whole lot of things at the beginning. 3,000 for the mobile home. 5,000 was the rehab. I'm rounding the numbers up. Obviously, it was more like around 5,200 or so, which put us right around $8,000 for the mobile home. That does include the labor, the material, the holding, which obviously this utility. Now, water is provided, so we didn't have to worry about that, but we did put power on it. 2 weeks, I mean, I think I got the bill for about $15, so not a whole lot. You know, it's only what they're used. And a lot of these contractors, I mean, they'll have the lights on, but really the only use, you know, is for that is they have power tools. So a lot of this, they're not even plugging up to cut anything. So don't have to worry about a whole lot on that anyway. But so we're selling it for 18,000. That's what it's going to go on the market. Now it is listed as 18,000 at the time with an option to rent. That's going to be, it's not a rent to own. I don't want to do that now because if I do a lease option or rent to own now, it's going to be, well, I don't have 5,000 down payment. Will you take 1,000? Will you take 2? That's not what I'm trying to get into. I want a large down payment as much as I can get. Now, just because I ask for 5,000 does not mean I may not ask for 10,000 come February. So it just depends on, and again, the tenant, the resident. But we are going to ask 10,000 for it, and 18,000. I'm sorry for it, and it's going to be $650 monthly, which covers a lot rent, covers the water, covers the trash, and covers a home. You think that may be a little appealing to somebody? Absolutely, right? Now, if we do the rental, it's going to be 700 with the 700 deposit. So 14, right around $1,500 to move in. That's a lot less than 5,000 that a lot of most people don't have, which is fine. That will get them into the door. Now, again, that's 2 months that we're doing the above. 2 months, and then we're going immediately into a lease option. So that's when they get an option to put X amount of down payment and we carry on. Instead of sitting for 2 months doing nothing and losing money, I'm going to make a couple months worth of rental rate on that. Okay. That's a little bit more than what I'm asking. So this will be probably more around the 19.5 overall. And again, you know, a lot of people say, well, why change it to a lease option? Just carry on as a rental. By all means, you know, I've had rentals for years. Rentals get a bad rep because you are a landlord, but again, it's always how you structure your agreements. Okay. Rentals, however, do have the longest length of a passive income. As long as they're there for years and years to come, they're going to collect you rental payments. And when it's time for you to sell, guess what? You make that 18,000, 20,000, whatever it is you're looking for. All right. So I hope that one kind of makes sense on this. You should be seeing at least one of these homes on here every week where I'm going to make examples of what it looked like before, what it looks like now. That's from start to finish. and that's on F1 if y'all see on there. Let's jump into some of these deals. We're already 22 minutes into it. So I want to start with Milner. So this is one of the ones that we finished, and there it is, new picture. Okay. So we did paint the exterior picture of this one as well. That's my contractor in the corner actually finishing it up as I pulled it up this morning. So he had sprayed kills exterior white paint on there as a primer, and of course rainy days, weather today was pretty, so he was out there painting it gray like it should be. A lot better look. And again, just because it's a mobile home does not mean it cannot be presentable. Well, it's an older mobile home, doesn't matter, can still be very presentable. But at the same community, we have 33. This is lot 33 model. This is a 2-bedroom, 1-bath, single wide. Now, we're asking 6,500 or best offer from this one here. The lot rent is 390, which includes trash. Here's a plus of the above. Okay, on this one here, we will include a brand new roof. We're going to do, and it doesn't say it on here, GMHU, please add ceiling repair as well. So it's going to be a new roof, ceiling repair, and the electrical panel. We're going to do the above. So anybody getting this mobile home, and again, you're always thinking about this, what is the selling key? What are things that I can include that actually add value? Okay, if I can add something to the mobile home that's going to add value, what are those things? Extra rooms, new roofs, new plumbing, new electrical. People love that because there's a big expense. So when you're able to do that, that's going to be selling key in itself. Brand new roof on this mobile home. That's 15 years worth of no issues. Anyway, scroll down. And again, I'll see these mobile homes and a lot of people say there's so much to do. Mobile homes, when I started 7 years ago, did not look the way they do now. I mean, here, what is so much work to do? You come in, you clean it up. You probably got to sand some of those walls down a little bit and put a new paint job. Ceilings, I always paint my ceilings. There's something about when you put a brand new coat of white on top of the ceiling, it opens up the floor plan. It just makes it look bigger, cleaner, especially if you had maybe tenants, residents that smoke, you're going to have a yellow ceiling. So you don't want that. Clean that up, right? But again, here we go. Cabinets in the kitchen, there's no major damage in any of the above. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit for y'all all. Okay. There we go. New vinyl as well. There's no soft spots in the flooring. This vinyl needs to be stretched out. If y'all see those lumps, I don't know how good y'all can see in the camera, but whoever did that clearly didn't stretch the vinyl, which that's an easy fix. There's no worries there. But you don't want to leave the vinyl like this. You leave it like this and people tend to start bringing in furniture, that will tear up. So don't do that. Okay. Here is the hallway into the bedroom, and that is for the wash and dry areas. So some of these pictures, here we go. Okay. I know it was missing someone. Here we go. All right, so we can see it better on this brand new water heater. That's another plus. And again, how can I add value? You got to keep thinking about these things. We just replaced 3 water heaters. My goodness, those went up in price as well. Over $500 for each one of them. And now apparently what they call the short boys is they're actually more expensive. The short ones, which I like those because you can put them under the mobile home. You don't have to worry about if they buzz, they leak. Obviously, they leak outside. I don't really care, and you just have to change the way the piping goes, which is not a whole lot of work, as it may sound. But we could not find any of those, and the ones we did were more expensive. That's not going to happen. Okay, the 40 gallons are just plenty fine, so they work out. And I mean, 40 gallons in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath. You're not going to run out of hot water. It's just not going to happen. Okay. So let me know on this. All right. Let me go back on here. It is 6,500 cash or best offer on this one here. All right, let's move on. I want to talk about Griffin because it's an area, like I said, is one of the first areas where I started investing many years ago, and it just happens to be one of the park owners we partner up with. They have purchased this new park, and there's a lot of rehabs going to be happening in here. So 2-bedroom, 1-bath, Griffin lot 45. ARV means after repair value. Once you come in, fix it, make it beautiful, move in ready, you should get around 17K. Do your own homework. Let me toss that out there. Okay, I've had people say, well, I don't know if I can get that much. I've seen other people get this. I've seen other people get that. Do your homework. Do your own homework and use actual comparables. Make sure, though, however, when you're doing comparables, that you're comparing to mobile homes of the same size, same length, same bedroom, bathroom size, and preferably in the same community if possible. If you're comparing your mobile home to 3 parks down the street, that may not be the best of comparable because you got to think about mobile home park grades as well. Okay, here's some of the picture on this, and I'm not going to go zoom out a little bit. I'm not going to go through every one of these tabs on here. If you do not have access to the spreadsheet yet, send us an email. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the chat box on here as well. You can email me directly. I do check most of those emails. If not, our admins send them over to us and I'll get the email. But if you're just simply requesting, hey, give me access to your spreadsheet, they can send you that just fine. All right. Cleanup job, touch up again, electrical, that's what you want to see right here. When I see an electrical panel, I want to see the breakers. I don't want to see any wires missing. You know that checks out, so that's what you want to see. Let's go on to the next one. 118. Nice. Special editions. What is a special edition mobile home? Anybody tell me? Single wide, 4 bedrooms. That's not common to see. You typically see a 16 by 80, which is the biggest single wide they have, and it's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath. They do have 16 by 80s that are 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, and you can imagine how big the bedrooms are. But when you see a 16 by 80 with a 4 bedroom, 2 bath, obviously that is a special edition. They don't make many of those. We've only owned a few of those. Again, how can I add value to a mobile home? Add bedrooms. Anytime you can add bedrooms. The best ideal mobile home is a 3 bedroom, 2 bath because it rents for the most, it sells for the most, and if you can add an additional bedroom, you are increasing value. That's what you want to do. Show you quick little pictures of it. That's actually the park owner out there. I was trying to get him to verify the event for me, so no success. We'll figure it out though. We got it. Metal on metal, which makes it that much better. Okay, we can paint these like as you saw the Milner 14, that was metal on metal, but you saw how good that painted. You can roll it, you can spray it. I prefer roll. You got other mobile homes nearby and cars, don't be spraying out there, but I'll leave that to your choice. Okay, sanding down quite a bit on here again. No soft spots anywhere that I saw. Solid unit, clean up as well. Okay, this one includes cleanup. Okay, so all the stuff that you see, bags, trash, buckets, whatever all you see, will be gone. We'll be removing that out of there. So when you get it, it'll be vacant. Okay, unless you want a crib, we'll leave the crib in there for you. Let's move on to the numbers. 4 bedroom, 2 bath, single wide, like I said, 16 by 80. ARV, after repair value. What can you get for this mobile home once it's moving ready? Right around 24,000. A 4 bedroom is right up here with the double wides. Double wides, you got to think too. You know, somebody said double wides are so much bigger all the time. If you want bigger, just go double wides. That's not the case because you're not counting square footage. It's the outline and it looks bigger. But if you do the math, what is a 16 by 80? Multiply 16 times 80 gives you how many square footage? If you do a double wide and it happens to be 24 by 40, what is the square footage? You have more square footage than a single wide, so don't let that fool you. Okay, 24,000 after repair value. Rental rate 800 in the area. Same lot rent is $390, includes water. So water is included, but it is metered charge. So basically, whatever you use, that's what you're going to be charged for. But it does include trash. Asking 8,000 on the home. So it is noted on here. His home will be cleaned out and it will have new decks. That's one thing that that's more for the city county. They're pretty strict on the decks. So we have agreed with the park owner that he has to come by and put brand new decks on both sides of the home. To every mobile home that we get, and that's saving you thousands of how much it takes to make a deck. We're not talking about 3 little stepper either. I mean, it is big decks, and some of them already have you about. So let me go to the next one. I'll cover one more and then I'll let it be. I'm trying to find one with the decks. Here we go. That's a brand new deck. Okay, I don't know how good you can see that. Maybe somewhat. I'm going to stop doing what I'm doing right now. Sharing. I'm going to share from an actual screen. Can anybody tell this is a 1975 single wide? Not when you put vinyl around it like that. Okay, that's called taking care of your mobile homes. So here's what we got. It's a 3 bedroom, 2 bath. No, incorrect. This is a 2 bedroom, 2 bath. So I'm going to go ahead and change that on here. 2 single wide. Okay. And here are the pictures. Again, and this one just got cleaned out. So new roof, new siding, new skirting, new decks. I mean, guys, it doesn't get better than that. I mean, you're taking out the most expensive things on the about. I've only done 2 or 3 mobile homes where I put vinyl siding on it. And it's more because they have that stucco kind of portraying want to be on the sides of some mobile homes, which is terrible. When it starts getting wet, and typically from the bottom skirting where it traps water, it starts getting mold and it starts ruining it. You can go with metal on metal, but it's typically more expensive. A lot of times what we do is we just fix those areas, which looks terrible. And you can just put in vinyl on the about, and it's basically what the park owner did on this specific mobile home. So that's what you're getting on this one. But solid unit, I like it. It's one of the first ones inside the community when you're entering. So you wanted to make that curb appeal, if you will. Okay. New electrical box. Some of these wires will be fixed, so there's no issues on that. Breakers, you probably have to put your own. So breakers are about $20 a piece. By the way, in case you do not know, I don't know if this water heater works. Possibly not, especially leaning sideways like that. It's not the way a water heater is supposed to be, but I'll let you decipher on the above. So asking for this home, let me rerun these numbers. These numbers are not correct because it had a 3x2, so that's not what it's supposed to be. But we'll correct the numbers on lot 77. Okay. All right. I'm not going to keep on going on these. I have some announcements to make on the about. Let's see, 18. This is another 175. Yeah, this is another 3-2. And again, guys, 3-2s are not going to last. I can tell you that now. So just 3-2s are the best ideal. Here's another one. Clean up mess. That is all you're doing in this mobile home. Carpet, please get rid of it. Terrible, terrible carpet. Especially mobile homes that have carpet in the bathroom. Unreal. You get out of the shower wet, maybe they didn't think ahead, but you're gonna wet that carpet. All right, few announcements that I have. So JVs, yes, I have a few investors. I have a few GMHU students that have been waiting on them, and all these Griffin mobile homes will be JV available. What does that mean, JV available? Anybody who has hard money, private money, or wants to invest in some of these mobile homes can send us an email, j@garciamhu.com, and basically get more details. The way that it works is an equal 50-50 split. Now, GMHU students get first dibs. I'm going to leave it at that. But you come in with the money side, which obviously, if you're looking at the numbers on here, we'll break it down for you and tell you what the rehab, the cost, the labor is going to cost. We have contractors already in place. If you have your own contractors, we're welcome to look at them and talk to them, but I probably trust my contractors better than other contractors. That is not an easy task. And the crews that I have working up in central Georgia and in the Griffin area now, phenomenal. These guys are on point and they are at it. You get what you pay for. Many times you got to pay a little bit more, but they are checking out. The work is being done. And that's what you're seeing on that Milner, on that Bonaire. You see the difference in the rehab that's happening versus what you've seen in the past. We want these things done right. And obviously we're setting ourselves up for the new year so we can upsell as most as possible. If you want to invest, like I said, we'll give you a breakdown of the numbers, and the way that it works is, quick example. Let's say you're all in at 8,000. That's what you need to wire over to us. We'll send you an agreements. Everything is in writing. 3-page document we have pre-done, and we send you the details on the home, and then at the time of the sale. So when we sell, let's say we do an immediate flip for 20,000. The first 8,000 that comes in goes back to the investor. I don't want to say hard money, private money, because it's not what we're looking for. We're looking for JV, joint venture partners. You're going to be an actual partner. Now, a huge plus to that is that you don't have to just be the money side. We've had investors that say, "Here, just take the money. I don't really care to learn about the mobile homes." That's fine. You don't have to learn about the mobile home, but it would be highly educational for anybody that's wanting to do a joint venture and learn the steps as we're doing it. Because again, we're doing the sweat equity. We're going to be doing everything from start to finish, from the time we get it, rehab, to the actual time we sell it and put it on the market. All these are the steps that you will be doing yourself if you ever start to invest in mobile homes alone. Okay. When we sell it for 20,000 example, the first 8,000 goes to you, meaning the 12,000 profit then gets divided in half. So your $8,000 made you whatever 6,000 on top of that. Okay. That's a great of a deal. There's not many assets out there, investments out there that are bringing you that type of money or returns and not secure or as low as entry as mobile homes are. So that's why we're doing that. Okay. Let's see. Coachings. We got an event tomorrow evening. A lot more people have signed up. Awesome. Good for you. Okay. Be a real true problem solver. Let me turn the camera over and find out how to do title solutions. If you don't have a title, you may not be able to do a deal, whether you're selling or buying. I hear that repetitively is the same thing. How can I get a title? We are coaching tomorrow evening from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. where we have a park manager stopping by. We have our bond agency agent that's going to stop by and talk on that as well. And I'm going to be coaching step by step how to get titles from the beginning to the end, how to verify bins. Okay, this could be a mobile home inside of a community, it could be on a piece of property. Somebody could be giving it to you. If nothing more, it makes for great negotiation. Somebody tries to sell you a mobile home without a title. That's negotiation. That's like a car. You don't have a title, I'm not going to pay as much as one with. It could also be a problem solver for a lot of these park owners who have multiple mobile homes sitting, as you will hear our park manager tomorrow evening talk about how many mobile homes have been sitting for how many months and years, costing them money. All why? Because they did not know how to get a title. You think somebody may be more interested or kin to you investing in their park if you're a problem solver. I can keep repeating that. Yes, yes, yes. So definitely join us on that. You can send us an email if you have not joined. We'll be checking on that till probably around noon tomorrow evening. Tomorrow afternoon, I'm sorry. After that, anybody who did not sign up will not be able to sign up at that time. December 10th, okay, I have a walkthrough. It's about a 3-hour event. So that's a Saturday, December 10th, where I'm going to take a small group of investors. You'll start seeing a lot more posts on these for the next upcoming few days. But I'm going to take them by my side and go meet our number one crews and contractors. I want y'all to see in progress. You know, we talk about the shadow quite often, which is coming right around the corner, January. We'll leave that for another day to discuss. But at this event, you're going to be out there with the actual contractors. You're going to see me question them, asking them things. Why are we fixing certain things? Why are certain things not being done a certain way? Roofs, ceiling, walls, painting, any plumbing, any electrical. I want y'all to get all this first insight so that you can really understand. I don't expect y'all or anybody, any investor, to become a handyman. That's not what you're here for. But the more you understand about what handyman and contractors do, the better you can hold them accountable. The better you can ask and get answers as to why certain things are being done. And most importantly, don't get taken advantage. That's something that I keep on seeing over and over, and it's because people don't know what they're doing. So when they hire quotations a contractor or a handyman, they expect, well, they know what they're doing, and they just kind of take their word for it. And before you know it, you're spending and spending and spending, and nothing is being done. That's called being taken advantage of. So that's not what I want to see. December 10th, join us. Visit GarciaMHE.com. Send us an email. Like I said, you'll see on our social media a lot more being posted on that. But it's only going to be a small group. Why? Because I don't want 50 people walking into a small mobile home. Safety first. If you know mobile homes, you'll know why 50 people inside of one single wide may not work out very well. So if we've had that at one shadow, not happening again. All right. That is all the announcements I have for this evening. So anybody interested in these deals, send us an email. If you don't have our spreadsheets, send us an email. We'll send it to you. If you want to go do a walkthrough, absolutely. If people were asking on that as well. Yes, any of these mobile homes, just because they're on here and we have all the pictures, I encourage all of you, go out there in person first. See it, check it out. If it's something that you think is a good investment for you, take it. And if you need coaching, don't forget that's what we do here as well. We coach and mentor people how. Okay, back pocket access. I haven't talked about it in a while, and that's because I'm quite busy. I'm not going to take many students on that, but that's basically where I hold your hand and walk you from the first step you start to the finish ending step. All right, that does it for this evening. So thank you all for joining me on Instagram. We'll fix our issue with the virtual, and we'll see you hopefully tomorrow night. Thank you for watching.